Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and I've got a Snap-on unboxing. This just arrived. I think I know what's in here, but you know, sometimes Snap-on sends things in separate packages, etc. Let's find out. Today I'm going to open it up with my Benchmade. This is a full-size crooked river. It's what they call kind of a traditional design with modern materials. So it uses an S30V steel blade. Their axis lock mechanism, orange highlights on the pivot, orange plastic spacer in the back, open back design for cleaning because it's a hunting knife, and G10 scales. Anyway, solid knife. You can get one at Benchmade if you want. They're not cheap, but they are, it's pretty aggressive knife, pretty large. So what do we got from Snap-on here? Okay, we got air. Let's see, first what do we have? A little bag here. We have got, well, first of all, this is a 1/4-inch Snap-on spinner. This particular guy is going to go on one of my ratchets because it just makes it so much easier to turn it with your fingers before you go to the ratcheting handle. I have a little Blue Point one. Thought I'd give the Snap-on one a spin. Not real grippy here. It's like a quarter. I mean, like a 25 cents a piece, where they've got the actual little bit of kind of relief to grab. But anyway, so I got a 1/4-inch spinner. This is interesting. You've seen one of these before? Notice anything unusual about it? It's called a wobble bit, and the idea is, these bits are straight. So they lock up as tight as possible. That's what you want. Well, there's another option. I've never tried one of these until right now. So look at that. So it gives you a bit of articulation. That's kind of neat. At the bit side, so you don't need something fancy, some U-joint in the middle of it. So they make a series of these. I thought I'd start with the classic number 2 Phillips, and so far, I mean, just in the minute here that we've shared together, this is kind of cool. Look at that! Look at it go. I'll have to play with it in the real world to see. Sometimes things like this can cause problems, but that centering is pretty good. So should be easy to keep on a workpiece and maybe stay on even better, especially if you don't have the dexterity, because of maybe the position or the whatever. But anyway, it's a Snap-on wobble bit. I think I might be getting more of these. Let's see, what else do we have in here? We got 2 of these. These are pry bars that are non-marring, so they're plastic. Now, I have some pry bars. I've got these. They're kind of inexpensive ones. Probably got the whole set for, I don't know, a couple bucks. And I use the heck out of them. I really like them. But sometimes I don't like what's on the other end, because this was the primary end that I would use. You can even see this one's pretty scuffed up, bent. Nice solid pry bar, but I don't like what's over here, especially pushing on it or if it gets caught or something. So what Snap-on does is essentially have the business end, and then they put on a kind of a pushing or a solid piece to grab to manipulate it with your hand. See how these things hold up. And so I got the 2 most popular ones that I use to try them out. They do make a whole set. Maybe I'll end up buying the whole set one at a time, but this was the other one that I would use a lot. It's kind of here, but I didn't like pushing on it on this side. That's your manipulation is another pry or another sharp surface. So I got these 2 to try. We'll see how it goes. They are USA made, full warranty, so if something happens, I should get a new one or get a replacement. And Overall, I use plastic non-marring pry bars quite often, so these actually are the first two of the larger ones that I'm going to play around with, simply because they fit better in my hand. Let's see what else is in here. One more item. And finally, you're probably thinking, finally, after all of the suggestions, what do I have here? I have got one of these guys. You can see that it's a PWZ 0GA, made in Argentina, manufactured within the corporation. I've never had one of these, and so many people have said you got to have one. You know, they're great tools. Well, what I decided is I'd try with the small one, since a lot of my world is smaller stuff, and the green one. So there it is. All of you probably have the bigger ones because you're doing bigger stuff, but apparently I've been missing out. So now I'm entering the PWZ world. So I'm going to play around with this thing, and more than likely I'll have a whole set of them before 2023. It's kind of the way things work, assuming this is a good solid performer. This is one of those tools, I haven't got a specific use for it, but the more I'm holding it and manipulating it, kind of the more I can see all sorts of places that this may come in really handy. And that lever action seems like something that Knipex might make, but the speed at which this moves around, I'll compare it to some similar type tools, but overall there it is. It's a little guy. It's the smallest one that they make, and it looks like it's a pretty hard use tool. Anyway, so that's my tool haul. My PWZ wrench, a couple of pry bars, my spinner, and a wobble bit. Now that's pretty cool. I mean, wobble bits, I don't know. I don't know how long how I managed not to know about these for so long. But anyway, I'm excited about using all this stuff, and I'll let you know more in the future. With that, Doc out.